43 MPs resign from Starmer's team amid live TV scandal. The walls of Westminster are shaking tonight as British politics descends into absolute chaos. What we are witnessing isn't just a scandal, it's a political earthquake that could rip the heart out of Labour forever. The party that once paraded itself as a champion of integrity has just been exposed as a cesspit of greed, deception, and betrayal. This is not politics as usual. This is a full-scale implosion. In one of the most shocking revolts modern Britain has ever seen, 43 MPs, yes, 43 members of Labour's front bench have walked out in a coordinated rebellion that's left the party's leadership in tatters. This isn't a reshuffle. This isn't a misunderstanding. This is a mutiny on live television. What could possibly drive almost an entire shadow cabinet to turn their backs on their own leader overnight? The answer is a scandal so colossal, so unforgivable, that even Starmer's closest allies refuse to be complicit. For weeks, whispers have been circulating through Westminster's back corridors, hushed concerns about suspicious spending, secret contracts, and a leadership growing more paranoid by the day. But no one imagined the avalanche that was about to crash down. It began this morning like a slow drip. A resignation letter here, another there. At first, party insiders tried to dismiss it as routine political maneuvering. But within hours, the dam burst. One by one, senior shadow ministers announced they were done finished refusing to serve under what they called a leadership of lies. By midday, the count had reached 43, and they didn't leave quietly. Every resignation came armed with damning evidence, leaked emails, signed contracts, financial records. What they exposed was nothing short of criminal. At the center of this political inferno is a staggering allegation, a £20 billion financial conspiracy hidden in the shadows of Labour's leadership. Secretive backroom contracts. Billions funneled through private firms connected to Starmer's closest advisors and biggest donors. Money that was meant for public service quietly diverted into the pockets of party insiders. The first public blow came from the Shadow Home Secretary, who stood in front of the cameras and detonated a bombshell. "This is not the Labour Party I joined," she declared, her voice trembling with rage. "This is not leadership. This is betrayal." Minutes later, the Shadow Chancellor stepped up, revealing that when she confronted Starmer about the suspicious transactions, she was silenced, sidelined, and told to think about party unity. With the truth now spilling into the open, she refused to be part of what she called deception of the British people. And then it snowballed. One resignation became 10. 10 became 20. Constituency Labour branches erupted, issuing statement demanding Starmer's resignation. Trade unions began pulling their support. On social media, hashtags like #LabourCollapse and #StarmerScandal shot to the top of the trends. Across the country, fury exploded as voters demanded to know how a party built on promises of honesty could become a machine of corruption. Investigators are now peeling back the layers of this rotten onion, and what they are finding is jaw-dropping. £22 billion allegedly routed through consultancy and strategic communication firms that produced nothing of value. One firm, reportedly owned by a key donor to Starmer's leadership bid, received £3.4 billion for so-called policy advice. Yet journalists couldn't find a single trace of any policy output linked to it. Another company pocketed over £1.2 billion for grassroots outreach, but there isn't a shred of evidence that any outreach ever happened. This isn't mismanagement. This isn't incompetence. This is systematic plundering under the cloak of political power. Every document, every leak paints the same picture, a leadership court red-handed using the party as a personal cash machine while betraying the very people who put them in power. Inside Parliament, scenes of chaos are unfolding. Backbenchers storming out of emergency meetings. Furious MPs calling for immediate leadership elections. It's not just a scandal, it's a civil war inside Labour, and the party might not survive it. For the British public, this is a gut punch. The trust that millions place in Labour has been shattered. Voters are asking one chilling question. If the so-called party of the people can sink this low, who in Westminster can be trusted at all? This is not just a political story. This is a national disgrace, a betrayal so unforgivable that it could alter the course of British politics for a generation. And as the evidence mounts and the resignations pile up, one thing is clear. The scandal isn't going away. It's only just beginning. Stay tuned to UKE News as we continue to expose every twist and turn of this shocking meltdown, because the British people deserve